Throughout American history, progressive reformers of different races, genders, and religious beliefs have had leaders who ought to be regarded as American heroes. Martin Luther King Jr., for example, became synonymous with black civil rights. Likewise, Elizabeth Cady Stanton was at one time the face of women's suffrage. The same reality applies to Harvey Milk. Being a gay activist during the 1970s, Milk not only became the first gay politician in America, but also became one of the most remarkable leaders for the gay civil rights movement, a topic which is rather significant now. For much of the 20th century, anti-gay laws reigned throughout the justice system, including the 1962 sodomy law, which restricted the relationships of homosexual Americans. As an opponent of sexual oppression such as this, Milk became indispensable to gay people in California's Castro district and beyond. Through his charismatic speeches and witty debates against opponents of gay rights, Milk became a beacon of hope to many across the country. During a difficult time for homosexuals, Harvey Milk began the cultural shift towards tolerance of the gay community through means of politics, social developments, and economic opportunity. As one of his major accomplishments in life, Milk drastically changed American political ideals and norms throughout his political career as a district supervisor. In 1972, Milk was one of many to witness the cruelty homosexuals endured before he even began considering running for politics. However, what sparked the overall mood of the gay movement was the infamous Stonewall Affair, where police officers arrested several gay civilians while socializing in the Stonewall Inn, known well for its gay-friendly bar. By standing for election repeatedly, Milk had gained attention within his own home district as well as many other districts highly populated with minority groups, including the black and Chinese communities. 3 times Harvey Milk had run and lost. It wasn't until his 4th attempt in 1978 did Milk become the district supervisor of District 5, while also becoming the first openly gay politician in office. Through those previous failed attempts, however, Milk had made a statement that would progress the nation towards gay equality by speaking out for the younger generation of homosexuals. This can be seen rather significantly in Milk's famous Hope speech addressed in 1978. This speech urged gay Americans not to quote-unquote live in a closet and to fully express their gay pride. With the newly elected gay politician in the state government, the gay community in San Francisco's Castro district felt as though now their voices could be heard through the words of Harvey Milk. With the election finished, not only did Milk provide a sense of nationalism and security to the gay community in America, but also a sense of pride for their sexual individuality through his uplifting speeches known throughout his career. After election into office, Harvey Milk continued his dream of accomplishing gay equality through means of economic opportunity. One major issue in California at the time was the fear that the gay community having a negative impact on children. While some believed they could influence children into becoming gay, others believed that they would commit immoral acts of pedophilia. Because of this irrational fear, many supported California's Proposition 6, otherwise known as the Briggs Initiative, named after legislator John Briggs, one of the many citizens in the country who feared gay people. Proposed in 1978, the Briggs Initiative was made in hopes of eliminating school teachers who were both gay or supported gay rights and equality. This initiative created panic in the Castro district, as many gay men and women at the time were employed in education. Harvey Milk, on the other hand, didn't see this initiative as just a form of prohibiting jobs, but also as a form of the government trying to deny gay civil liberties. With the help of many activists, including Sally Gerhardt and Bill Crouse, Harvey led a campaign to help defeat Proposition 6. Under the slogan, come out wherever you are," Milk led a campaign to initiate a more equal economic environment by encouraging the closeted homosexuals in California to reveal their secret to friends and families, while simultaneously pointing out all the harm in the Briggs Initiative. Surprisingly, the campaign became so successful that even the non-gay communities began to realize the harm in Proposition 6, as well as high government officials such as President Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and Gerald Ford, who all openly opposed the Briggs Initiative. With the support of the gay community, the Briggs Initiative was defeated by a surprising record at the time of 17%. While Harvey Milk himself was never well known for economic development, Milk is highly notable for his success in preserving economic opportunities for his community. Soon after the defeat of the Briggs Initiative, Harvey Milk was shot and killed by former supervisor Dan White after White failed to regain his job as also a district supervisor. While many saw the potential downfall to the gay community, others simply saw a man who died after drastically changing California as well as the rest of the country's society. From rousing up support for a Coors beer boycott from the gay community in the early 70s, to inspiring tens of thousands of people to strive for the dream Harvey Milk once had, Milk made marvelous accomplishments given his 1 year he had in public office. With escalating attacks of police brutality and discrimination, Milk trampled through his competition after addressing the gay community as a group of people who deserved to be treated equally. With this idea in mind, one of his first actions while being appointed was to pass the first gay civil rights ordinance, making it illegal in the state of California to discriminate people based on their sexual orientation. This event alone is considered a colossal landmark in civil rights history, as very few actually believed it would pass. This gay civil rights ordinance represented the first time in American history that the U.S. government was now leaning towards gay rights as well. The hope and charisma Harvey Milk created among his people led to even further development after his death. With the phenomenal kickstart Milk had given the gay community, homosexuals began to rally everywhere, using similar slogans to create change in America as Milk would have done. Only a few months after his death, the LGBT, lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders community marched down Washington to raise awareness for gay civil rights, and is still considered one of the largest political gathering for LGBT rights to date. Going even further, however, these rallies, which became more common now, began to raise even more awareness for their community, as seen in Clinton's change in military acceptance, also known as the Don't Ask, Don't Tell rule, and even in 2015 when the Supreme Court legalized gay marriage everywhere. All these achievements that aided the gay civil rights movement can be traced back to Harvey Milk himself. Being one of America's lesser-known civil rights activists, Harvey Milk was one of the most influential leaders in the U.S. over the issue of gay rights. Throughout his political career, Milk had made many accomplishments to bring equality to his community. With his followers, he had altered the economy for the gay community by giving gay individuals the right to maintain their jobs despite their sexual preference. But most importantly, Milk began the progress of altering the country's point of view by creating a greater sense of tolerance towards gay individuals. And while some hate groups oppose the gay community, this strong sense of tolerance still remains in effect today. While Harvey Milk has relatively little fame, his actions in his political career are more than worthy of him being considered an American hero.
Somewhere in Des Moines or San Antonio, there's a young gay person who all of a sudden realizes that she or he is gay, knows that if the parents find out, they'll be tossed out of the house. The classmates would taunt the child, and the Anita Bryans and John Briggs are doing their bit on TV, and that child has several options: staying in a closet, suicide, and then one day that child might open a paper and it says homosexual elected in San Francisco, and there are two new options. The option is to go to California, stay in San Antonio and fight. 2 days after I was elected, I got a phone call. The voice was quite young. It was from Altoona, Pennsylvania. And the person said, thanks. And you've got to elect gay people so that that young child and the thousands upon thousands like that child know that there's hope for a better world. There's hope for a better tomorrow. Without hope, not only gays, but those blacks, the Asians, disabled, seniors, the S's. Without hope, the S's give up. I know that you cannot live on hope alone, but without it, life is not worth living.